Greetings, Patriots, and welcome to the Spirit of 1776, our maiden voyage and podcast here of the 1776 community. I am Brock Fankhauser, founder of the 1776 community, and I'm super psyched to be able to chat with you here today. We're going to be covering a few things related to our new venture, 1776. We're going to review the vision statement, who we are. We're going to review the 5 core values of the 1776 community. And then we're going to talk about the mission statement of the 1776 community. From there, we're going to set the table for where we're going in future podcasts. Some of the topics that I want us to talk about, things like patriotism, liberty, the founding fathers, the American dream, what it means to strive for something more perfect. We're going to have a lot of fun getting into some of this content. We're going to have guests on future podcasts. But before that, let's get right down to it. Let's get right down to what is the 1776 community. And I'm going to read to you our vision statement. The 1776 community offers builders, developers, and creators of communities participation in a movement designed to restore the virtues of American patriotism. Specifically, the 1776 community combines the elements of American patriotism, the American dream of home ownership, and the founding ideals of our nation: life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. By participating in this movement, community creators nationwide will inherit a proven playbook to promote patriotism, gain a nationwide audience, sell more homes, earn more money, be part of a worthy brand, and most importantly, bring people together. You know, with core values, it's very common in a corporate setting that a founder of a company and the executive leadership will create core values for their team members to follow, and they'll review them and they'll share with them, and we have that. But the core values of 1776 transcend not just to our employees, but to the people who buy licenses of our company, to the people who buy homes in our neighborhood, to people who buy merchandise in our merch store, even with people who have no financial participation with us, who just love what we're doing, turning up that flame of American patriotism. All of us should hold these 5 core values very near and dear to us. And we'll start with number 1. It's American patriotism, love of country. It's the goal to make this nation more perfect. And it's also very key that we point out early on that patriotism and politics are mutually exclusive in this movement. We will not be tied to any political party, no political figures, and no political ideology. Number 2, honor the promise. A promise is a promise. You're going to keep your word if you're part of this movement. And one of the biggest words we ask you to keep, particularly if you live in one of our 1776 communities, is we ask that you fly the American flag at all times. Now, when you move in your home in a 1776 community, we as your builder, we've already, as part of the architectural integrity of your home and on the plans, we will install an American flag on your home. The covenants that you agree to, your governing documents and your association ask you to keep that flag flying. In other words, it's a parchment promise. And so long as you, as a homeowner in one of our neighborhoods, honor that promise, the flag will keep flying. Now, we get asked from people, what are the penalties for not following the rules? Well, it's not a monetary penalty, right? It's a violation of your word. It is a shredding of that parchment promise. So it's very important to us to have one of our core values, honor the promise. Number 3, unity. We want to put the unity in community. We consider ourselves more than anything to be a unification movement. And we recognize the fact that now, more than ever, we've got to come together. We think back to one of the original mottos of our country, E pluribus unum, from many, one. It's beautiful. We got to get back to that. For too long, too many decades in this country, we've done the opposite of that. And we're taking it back. We're coming back with unity. Number 4, give back. Remember those who served before us and bring the American dream to wounded veterans. We also need to sacrifice for those who have sacrificed before us. In every 1776 community that we build, we are going to donate a home to an American veteran. In our very first neighborhood in Gastonia, just outside of Charlotte, we are donating a home to the Clark family, and by way of participation with a partner of ours, Building Homes for Heroes. And on July 4th of this year, we are going to present the very first 1776 community to the Clark family. More to come on that later. Value number 5, do something. We believe that you are compelled to take action and that doing nothing is not an option. You need to make the country a better place than when it found you. We've had a lot of fortune in this country for those of us who never served, who've never run for politics, who've never served on a school board, right? We go to our work. We take care of our families. We participate in some local civics. But have you really given back? We really want to test that. And so our 5th core value of the 1776 community is give back. We're going to end by talking about the mission statement of 1776. The mission of the 1776 community is to advance American patriotism at the zip code level and in new communities and neighborhoods in all 50 states, and by way of promoting and serving the American dream of homeownership. So there's a few things in there I want to note. 1, this is a zip code movement. In other words, grassroots. We are not anchored, as I said a few minutes ago, to any of those people who are working along the Potomac Ocean or the Potomac River 500 miles from where I sit right now. We are a zip code movement, and we're going to grow in the zip code movement because that's where we can make a difference. We want to do this in every state. That's our goal. Why would we limit this to a handful of states or some states? No, that's not part of unification. Over time, we absolutely foresee this movement growing into all 50 states. And we talk about the American dream, and that's one of the next topics we're going to get into, the origins of the American dream and how it's such an important ethos in our civic society. So I'm really excited to kind of open up where we are with 1776 community, share with you core values, vision statement, and a mission statement. And we're going to get together once a week, and we're going to just talk about some of these topics and buzzwords and ethos that I think are very important to the 1776 community. Thank you for joining us on our first podcast, and more important, stay free.